ask all of you guys. I mean, whoever wants to jump in here. Not all at once. It's a lot of you. Now, why is it important to have thick skin in the music industry? Because you have to deal with rejection.
That's exactly why, though.
But
like
a
rejection.
lot.
I mean, because something sounds good to you doesn't really mean it's going to sound good to everyone, and you have to deal with constant criticism, not only on your music, but even just think about people who are just randomly on Twitter or whatever. So people like bash people all the time, right? So you have to think about all of that stuff, and it's gonna happen regardless, you know. So you have to have that thick skin to be able to endure it, because if you don't.
So do you ignore it, or do you get into like debates with these people, or because I've seen some celebrities actually ignore it, yeah.
But it's not easy to ignore all the time,
right?
Because at the end of the day, you still.
Yeah, feeling.
Right.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Do you find yourself taking some of the criticism and maybe utilizing it, or somehow maybe incorporating it, or
Definitely.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can you give an example of maybe how something you heard something from somewhere along the line, and you're like, you know what, maybe I should try that, or.
Flat, singing off pitch and flat a lot of times, especially singing with bands. It's hard. I didn't know that to always sing from your diaphragm is something that you gotta train yourself for. And so if you're not, you're gonna sing flat. And with all the instruments around, it's not all tuned to the same thing. You won't notice sometimes. Right. And I took that to heart a lot. And that's
But it helped you, right? Anybody else?
I gotta get down here. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, I think it all boils down to, it all boils down to yourself, you know, just always wanting to grow. And if you always want to grow, you'll take the criticism a little bit better than you should. I mean,
do you have an example of something that you heard that you had to deal with?
You know, to be honest, I wish I got a lot more criticisms. I don't know if it's my persona. I have no idea, but I hear good things and I kind of take it in humbly, but I would prefer to hear what I need to work on when I do hear things. You know, I'll tell the person, you know, I never really looked at it that way. You know, I take heed of it, because an opinion is just an opinion at the end of the night. You know, at the end of the day, you can't allow someone's perception to make you feel negatively, even if it's given to you in a negative way. You have to take it in and really look at the truth of what they're saying, you know, and make it a useful tool,
right? Rather
than just be against the grain all the time.
Right. Always be on the defense.
That's what life in general. So you know.
I hear a lot about artists, you know, who are sort of in the game, so to speak, for however amount of time, whether they've had some measure of success or not, hitting a crossroads where they figure out I have to reinvent myself, or I've got to stay trendy, or get away from maybe why I started or the style that I had. But if you're emerging and you're starting out and you're trying to find that, are there any tips you can give on sort of, you know, how to do that without trying to sound like someone else and still stay true to who you are, but at the same time trying to be recognized and, you know.
That's it right there, be yourself.
If you're staying true to yourself, then there's really nothing to really compete with. You know, that's a done deal. In my opinion, that's a done deal. If you're true to yourself, there's really nothing to compete with. You admire what it is, or you have your own opinions of what it is, and you try to tweak yourself in a way that you may not be mistaken if that is a light that you don't want to be looked at.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's the truth that matters within.
And I think that's a struggle that artists, especially after they get a record deal, because they have like artist development departments that actually will say, oh, well, you know, she looks great with that, but we want to make her blonde instead. You know, we'll cut her hair. Like they have all these ideas of how to package you and make you somebody, and sometimes you're not who you. I mean, we'll use Rihanna as a perfect example. I don't know if that's who she is now, but I remember when she first came out, she was like a totally different person. You know what I mean? She had like the jeans, the baggy jeans, and the long hair. And now then they changed her. What was the Umbrella song? She was a whole other person when that Umbrella song came out. But it's just sometimes it's not always your choice. It's the whoever's paying for you. Like right. They own you technically. You know?
That right there is probably a part of the problem. Is that the artist somehow forgets that it is their choice. No matter how much money's being spent, they're investing because of your potential and your ability to create. So whatever it is, your vision is more valuable than that money. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And I was just reading that from that book, and you would think this dude was paying me to plug him, but the book is so good. It was speaking about how there's two ways of approaching art. There's one with a hierarchical point of view, and then one there's a territorial point of view. And that a healthy artist, an artist who is confident, and an artist who is a professional is territorial, meaning that they put their energy into what they're doing and their team and who's around them and their vision, and they can let their vision rub up against other, but they're not swayed by what everybody else is doing. And I think that every healthy human being is like that. Like, I'm not going in other people's houses saying, oh, you put your couch on that wall. You know what I mean? Like, I put my couch on this wall. Which one's better? Who cares?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's mine, so I'm gonna own it.
Tune in to Own Your Power Radio at ownyourpowerlifestyle.com for grown, sexy, and eclectic grooves to put you in a good mood.
Get up, baby, stop sleeping. See, it's your time. The world that you want in front.